My name's Andrew. I still working, getting close to retirement, semi-retirement. I've had a financial advisor for sort of about 15, 20 years, but as I was getting sort of towards a point, a couple of pivotal points in my life, particularly I was selling my own business that I ran for a number of years, I sensed that I needed better financial advice, actually. So I spoke to a number of people, and it was John, actually. John's name came up, John Francis's name came up at the time from a number of different people. I was impressed. I did a little sort of a barometer on where I was and what I had and what I didn't have from a financial services perspective. And I was just very impressed by the way that John spoke, the various services that could be offered. You know, outside of financial services, we talked about trust, we talked about wills, we talked about tax returns, we talked about as regular check-ins as I needed, and I don't need lots of check-ins, but as I've found, I can message John and he'll come back to me very, very quickly every time. So it's that professionalism, the kit, you know, putting my numbers in and it comes out in a nice pretty spreadsheet which is really understand and tells me, you know, what I can spend for the rest of my life. I like that. That makes it's good. You know, I like to think I'm good at the profession that I do. I'm not a finance man, and I felt that John and the business at the time, the professionalism and the information and the approach was exactly what I needed. You know, very, very personable actually, which sometimes isn't always the case with finance people, to be honest, but very personal. We're very easy to talk to, spoke in my language, which is what sort of attracted me to work in Progeny. And you know, I completely trust Progeny and John with my money. I don't look at it very often. You know, I have an annual review. I might look at it twice a year. I just say to John, right, that's the situation, and then this is my income status, or some money coming in and money coming out, and I needed to find someone I could completely trust to make the right decisions for me, but also be able to articulate it to me in a way that I understand. You know, I'm not a financial guy. I deal with numbers all the time, but I'm not a financial expert. I don't want to be, or don't need to be. Someone I could completely trust to do that, and I got that sense from John early on, and I think that trust remains now still. You know, the money's grown, which is good, which is always helpful. You know, I see it goes up a little bit, which is always very nice. And it makes my life trust, and also simplicity. I mean, I hate doing things like tax returns. Progeny, you know, go and do it for me, which is quite nice. I give a bit of information, it's just done. But also we've had, you know, wills and trusts sorted out through Progeny, which has been very helpful. That's been really good advice on the best way of doing it, which otherwise I'd have had to have, you know, got my accountant doing my tax return, my financial advisor doing my finance, a lawyer doing a will, and whoever doing trusts. It's all under one roof, which for me makes my life so much easier. It's just joined up. I've got one point of contact, but it's just that I can get on with my life and get on with my job, rather than have to worry about the finance. It just sort of happens, if you like. And I can go in every day, and I know friends of mine who use Progeny, and they check it every single day, but I mean, I don't. But the model is there. You know, you can literally go in and this is what you're worth yesterday, this is what you're worth today, this is what's changed. I don't do that. But it's that simplicity, and it just takes the pressure. I can focus on my life and get someone else, the experts, to deal with that. If I've got any questions, I just pick up the phone or message or whatever. And John's very good at coming back very quickly. So it makes my life, I'm confident that my money's being well managed, and it's just easy for me.